All right, so moving on now, we will talk about a show which I just literally binged about a few hours ago before we met up here online. This is the newest show from Rick and Morty creator himself, Justin Roiland, called
Yeah,
Solar Opposites.
yeah.
Yeah. And before we get into it, right? Well, I want you to do the synopsis for it, right? Last Sunday, times recorded here, we got the sixth episode because we were promised five more. We were promised the second half of the fourth season that's currently going on right now of this show, right? And I don't know why I just really enjoyed episode six, right?
Yes,
And
that
the
was
thing is, it's just
that
one of
episode.
those incredibly dense episodes. Like there's so much
Yeah,
things going on, like so much
yeah.
layers, so much narrative stuff going on. And I made the joke on Facebook like that probably take them like 3 months to write, boy.
No, that episode was peak Dan Harmon. I mean, I make the joke. I call it meta to the meta squid. I mean,
Yeah, boy.
it was ridiculous. Man.
I don't know how these guys just do this, but I was just blown away, man. That's all the references that they make, all the jokes, the ironies, all that kind of stuff. I just loved everything
Yeah,
about it, but I'm just really excited to see what the last four episodes give
yeah,
us. And
yeah,
hopefully,
yeah,
when it gets to that point, we will review the fourth season. But I'm enjoying it thus far. I have no complaints at the moment with this fourth season. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
anyway, so we're gonna jump into Solar Opposites now, which was originally created for Fox, but now it's well, because it was shelved, so Hulu now and wound up license it now. So it's a Hulu slash Fox collaborative thingy, right? But yeah, it's created by Justin Roiland and Mike McCannon, right?
That is why I was hype about the show. It's not so much Royland, but McMahon.
Right.
And
I keep saying Roland, so it was Royland, right. Sorry about that.
yeah, that's what had me excited for this now. His talent is there because the animation is solid. The humor is not as acerbic as Rick and Morty is, but it's the same humor.
Yeah,
Because let's get into the nature of the show. So it's about this alien named Corvo who leading his family from the story opens every episode with the same setup premise thing,
yeah.
and it's basically right. What it does is that it's them escaping the planet and they come to Earth and they have to live on Earth as aliens. That's the whole story, and it's just them talking shit. And Royland voices Corvo, songs more or less identical to Rick. And what I'll say, it's effectively Rick and Morty meets Strange Planet, if you know what that is, right?
All right, I'm actually not familiar with Strange Planet. I think I should be, but
Strange
I'm not.
Planet, Strange Planet is about like you see these jokes with aliens on Earth. I'm sure you see people like repost them a lot on Facebook, whereas these aliens just making jokes about Earth culture and how weird Earth is and how stuff that's normal to us so weird, and that's kind of the whole point of the joke,
Yeah,
right? And it's them saying stuff.
it's kind of like those two tentacle aliens, one-eyed aliens from Simpsons who always look down
There's
and
that,
make
right?
jokes. It's kind of like that, I imagine.
There's that, and it's also reminiscent of Third Rock from the Sun. Remember that show?
Ah, yeah. Well, that one, no, yeah, that one I know. Mm.
Right. So it's effectively that. It's these it's this alien fish out of water scenarios, but it's not like I say it's pretty funny on its own, but that's where all the material relies on. It doesn't rely on the um the Rick and Morty stuff. On the Rick and Morty, how Rick and Morty does the meta trope subversion stuff. It doesn't really rely on that so much. It just
Right,
relies on mostly
which is a good thing. I'll give it that. I like that.
it's fine.
It's not trying to be Rick and Morty 2.0 or I'm
No.
glad. I'm glad about
And
that.
what I'll say how to describe this show, I'll say it's effectively more akin to it's Royland's American Dad. Let's just put it like that. It's a different show,
Aha. Yeah, you're
doing
right. You're right. I
different,
like that reference.
different style of humor. It leans on a different approach to humor, whilst Rick and Morty relies on meta trope stuff. This doesn't do that. This says, nah, we could do other stuff.
Yeah. We could be we don't want to be as complex as Rick and Morty, right? But at the same time, we still gonna do the weird stuff that you know and love from Rick and Morty, right? Which I'll talk about. But
right.
yeah, go on.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else to say. As it is, it's just genuinely funny. It works for the most part. It builds itself quite well with a lot of great sub arcs, and then they do like again because of the humor, and then they have this. Well, we will talk about this. This one running subplot involving a bunch of shrunken humans, which is absolutely hilarious, but and tragic at the same time. Well, how they
I
make it
know,
work?
right? Yeah.
Right. So a lot of it is how to apply great skill and storytelling to something that is ultimately silly and not worth anything. And that's why its work is similar to how I reviewed Butt Boy, where Butt Boy is this excellent crime thriller thing, but then the central premise of I ain't gonna spoil Butt Boy yet if you want to spoil it.
No, don't.
Right.
Unfortunately, a Google search of the film kinda spoiled it slightly, but I still want to watch your show.
Right.
I still want to watch your show.
Right.
But yeah, go ahead.
Right. So basically, it's that, and it's that episode. That episode is so well done from a storytelling perspective, but it's like when you get into the context of what the story is, like, well, you're serious, and that would make it work, though.
Yeah,
that would make it work. Right. And then, well, they get into the big end joke of it with there's this run on character that I absolutely love. This I forget what it's called. This creature, this little yellow creature, though.
The pupa.
The pupa, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's this family of four, alien family of four. They're doing alien jokes and funny, all of those, subversion. Way we making fun of alien stuff, and they stuff that we'll say weird stuff that's normal to us, and stuff that's normal to us is weird to them, and that stuff. Now it's that, and then Corvo is pretty much Rick, kind of, but a little more serious, a little different, and it does its thing. I can't be mad at any of this. It's fine. I actually really dug it for what it was. I was actually it kept my attention. That's the most important point. I had very very few problems with it in that way. That's it. I can't be mad at any of this. It's legit hilarious on its own merits. It does have a lot of great little side gags and runaway bits, which I again can't be mad at. And yeah, it's not Rick and Morty. It's not trying to subvert the tropes and be all real clever and super smart and outsmart its audience and so on and so forth. Doesn't try to do that. Tells a story. It does its jokes. The humor is fine. And yeah, I enjoy it for what it was.
All right, I agree with you totally. I enjoy for what it was, man. I mean, it's the first season. It's the first time we've seen these characters here. But yeah, this is coming from somebody who literally like watched it like about, you know what I mean, like literally a minute before we came online. Like I watched it today. Yeah. But yeah, I agree with you, man. I have little to nothing to really complain about with the show here. I mean, as far as a first season, this was great. It kept my attention. It was pretty funny. Let's touch on the whole Rick and Morty thing. I do like the fact that it's not trying to be, Rick and Morty 2.0 or a spin-off for Rick and Morty. At first, I was wondering if it was. And I was actually expecting some kind of, like Rick or Morty to make an appearance in the show. But what I will say, though, without spoiling it, a certain franchise is shown in this show here. There are some pop culture references here or there, but it's not like not all the time like say Rick and Morty, they would use sci-fi tropes and just flip it on its heels, right? They do it ever so often, but not all the time. Like case in point, the final episode does the whole time travel stuff that all they do was quite clever as well. They even make a certain reference to a couple of franchises. I would say, without spoiling, one that is owned by Fox and one that was owned by Fox. That's all I'll say. They make for a really cool action scene, right? That's it. But yeah, also too, I really dug the animation for this. It is very much like Rick and Morty, the style of it, the way how characters' mouths move. In case in point, Jessie, right? This would be the female, the female child. I don't want to say daughter as yet. Because it's not like exactly a family.
The copies of the offspring, something like that.
Yeah, they call them replicants actually. So it's adults and replicants, right? So each adult who left the planet will have a replicant. So they're not
Yeah.
exactly like father daughter, whatever it is, right? And then, well, with oh gosh, with the two leads, Corvo and Terry themselves, like they're not a couple per se. Even though I do like how
No.
the show kind of like ever so often will kind of play on the fact that maybe they are, but at the same time they're aliens, so they
Right.
don't really have an idea
A
of how
joke.
same-sex
Yeah,
couples
that's kind
work.
of
So
running.
that works.
Right. It's a kind of running thing. They kind of play for. They kind of play for laughs in a sense, but you find out why they connected and so on and so forth. So it's like it's whatever. There's very few subversive episodes. There's only one episode that subverts tropes very seriously, and that was the quote unquote gender episode. I thought that it
Which
was
to
it
me,
was pretty clever what they did with that.
yeah, which to me is the best episode of this season.
Oh, really? Okay.
I laughed my ass off with this thread. No, what made it funny, right? So the character what I mentioned, right? So Jessie, right? She's the daughter in the family
Yeah.
unit, right? Her mouth is very like reminiscent because like two two species of aliens that live in a particular planet, which was wiped out with an asteroid, right? And her mouth has the kind of Wallace and Gromit kind of style, where the mouth is extended on both sides now, and you see the teeth now. So it has that style of like how characters like Wallace and Gromit and oh gosh, Shaun the Sheep, be like how those characters' mouths move now, that kind of thing. I thought it was really
Yeah.
funny. But yeah, that particular episode was basically with her having to, as as ordered by her teacher, because yes, her and her brother, quote unquote, Yomulak, right?
Yeah.
They attend a high school, right? And ever so periodically, they always tease because they're aliens. That's the joke. Oh, you're aliens, and you do all these weird stuff. Even Yomulak have this weird tendency of shrinking adults, which we'll get into, and
Right.
keeping and storing them. But yeah, so her assignment basically was to find a particular male-oriented field
Yeah.
and basically like conquered now, you know what I mean? Like smash the glass ceiling around over it basically.
Yeah.
So you have to look for that. And every time she go there, she'll always meet these guys who are like, yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? Women are never always
Yeah.
oppressed, and what I mean, we're against misogyny, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, right?
What's good funny? What make it funny is the ending with this, where
Yes.
what happened to her, yeah, with the guys
Yeah.
there. I was like, oh, that's clever, funny.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they had this
what
the
sorry, go on.
the robot one too. That what they do with the episode. I thought that was clever as well.
Yeah, that well, okay, so the title and the name of the character is Patricia, right? It's a acronym, right? But
Yeah.
what made it funny though, so without spoiling it once again, right? So remember in Rick and Morty, right, where they had that famous moment where they played DMX's X Gonna Give It To You? I was like
Right.
this
Yeah.
real badass scene. They do that for a particular pop song, and given the context of what they're touching on, right? Feminism, right?
Yeah.
Pro-feminism. I thought that was pitch perfect. When I heard that
Yeah.
song, I saw that montage, I nearly dead laughing when I see that. That was perfect, 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 perfect. Props to using that song. That was like a perfect marriage song and imagery. It just worked
Yeah.
brilliantly in my opinion. But I don't want to spoil anything beyond that. But yeah, I loved how the show just kind of zeroes in on, okay, well, we're aliens. We really don't know how things work down here, but we're smarter than you guys, so we're just gonna try to figure things out. There's this great episode
Yeah.
involving this oh gosh, not so much like this community president thing, you know what I mean, who pretty much kind of running the
Right.
community, that kind of stuff.
You.
And it's how Corvo want to find out, oh well, what's on everyone's
What
minds. So
what
just
we
basically make
night.
these nanobots basically to
Yes.
spy on them. And
Right.
is the end result of that I thought was pretty hilarious, Trent. So yeah, you know what I mean? Like you're right, Corvo is kind of like Rick in a sense, but he's just more serious, you know what I mean? Like every time, like ever so often, Rick just kind of fucks around and stuff like that. Corvo's like all serious, like, you know what I mean? Like we got to do this, blah 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 blah, right? So I thought that was a nice contrast to Terry, who just more laid back, and yeah, he's an idiot, but he's a likable idiot. I like that. Just
Yeah.
see the two of them together. Yamilak and Jesse play the whole brother sister thing back and forth. You know what I mean? Like Yamilak trying to be the older brother, and Jesse just trying to fit in with the cool kids and whatnot. Well, actually, both of them and this is running team of them trying to fit in the high school. This is a great episode where both of them reach not maturity, puberty, and it kind of results in the kids kind of liking them. And it's how the kids react to them. That was pretty funny, right? I don't want to say anything beyond that.
Right.
As expected, they do go into some weird territory, like especially the final episode, which involves the pupa. That will be this kind of slimy pet creature thing that they brought from the planet. But what they say is that, well, each adult has to have one, and depending on what planet they land on, they will grow big and they will eventually destroy the planet that they're in and reshape it into the planet that they were from, right? And just have this
Right.
long running thing of whether it's going to evolve or not, right? I actually like where it stops off at in this particular season,
Yeah.
which was very Rick and Morty, but I like how they did that. I like how they did
Yeah.
that. Going back to the shrunken adults too. So yeah, touching on that episode that you mentioned, this is like my second favorite episode in the season, mainly because of how serious and dark it is, though. Like it plays it off, it plays off like this some powerful dramatic episode, right? And it's just
You
mainly
know?
with the shrunken adults in this
Yeah.
society, which you hinted from very early on. You saw, oh well,
Right.
they actually have their own little community, their own society, sorry, and you have this guy running it, this totalitarian society, and all kind of madness
Right.
basically. But not to spoil anything, I do like how they set out the episode like, oh, this is even the intro to this very Lord of the Rings. Like that episode is very much inspired by Lord of the Rings. The way how it starts off, well, sorry, well,
Yeah. Real serious.
it starts so serious, right? But the character they introduce is very much like, oh, well, this is how nice it is. Ooh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you see the reality of things, and then, well, characters fighting back. And I won't lie, though, like, it was dark and it was violent. But then, at the same time, when you watch, it's like, this is so stupid. But
That is what
everything
make it
works, though.
funny
It
and
works.
hard.
Yeah.
Because
And
what make it work is they really make it care about this wall people think that it's like what
yeah,
art is this
right,
going to
right.
make it work.
That's the name of the area that they are. They call it the wall, right? This
You
is
won't-
yeah, right. But and the argument that they carry out to the very end, though, which end real dark in my opinion.
Yeah.
But at the same
You
time,
know,
it's just so
and
funny because it really doesn't mean anything.
real Game of Thrones shit, I
Yeah,
think. Yeah.
real Game of Thrones stuff, but you know what I mean. But I love how they play it off dramatic. I love how they play it off like this epic, uh, this epic, sci-fi, dystopian story, Jen. I love how they play that off very, very well. And what make it even funnier too is that the show is dedicated to that. You see the main characters like outside of their world, just pretty much
Right.
going through like just stuff.
Right, but
So
that was yeah, because the title of the episode is what he was doing outside. That was funny.
yeah, Terry
And you
and
barely
Corvo steal a
picked
bear.
what going on there outside.
Yeah,
You're
that's
right.
the title Terry and Corvo steal a bear, and that have absolutely nothing to do with what the
Yeah.
real episode is about. Though. So
And
yeah, I love.
this episode is on par with this episode is on par with the Citadel Rick's episode in Rick and Morty. Yeah? It's like this big narrative
Yes.
playing itself out in like wood.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
it's
So,
like it's real stupid, dude. Well,
yeah, yeah. So yeah.
I overall I dig the show. I really, really like it for what it is. It doesn't try to rely on the tropes of version, as I said. Mostly works, as I say, Rick and Morty meets strange planets, with a little bit of Third Rock from the Sun. There's a lot of that. It's mostly fine for me. And that's it. I can't be mad. Overall, I give it like an 8 out of 10. Just well done for what it is. Good animation, good voice acting and storytelling. Don't blow me away just yet, but it's still good. It's still fine.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with you totally, man. I give this a decent 4 to 5. If you are a fan of Rick and Morty, well, of course, this is absolute must see. If you enjoy adult animated series, mainly centered on sci-fi, yeah, definitely give this a look, man. I like that it's trying to be its own thing without trying to be, Rick and Morty. Even though, yes, animation-wise, it's very much Rick and Morty. I laugh at the fact that the font that they use is the same font, you know what I mean, for Rick and Morty. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And I do like the opening intro for this, because they have, like, alterations to it there, so it's like this narrated thing.
Yeah,
But Corvo always ends with
something
some kind
different.
of criticism that he have about humans. I like how it
Yeah.
ends. It just always ends at a particular point. Every time it ends, I just laughing. Also, like Terry would have like these sort of played out like references on the shoots too. Like, oh,
Yeah,
he's thinking
yeah,
that
well,
thing right now, but the point is, it's 2020, and he doesn't know that these things were like played out like years ago. So I love that aspect about the show here. But yeah, I can't wait to see what we get with season 2. I hope that we do get season 2 for one thing, because it would really suck if we don't get one, even though it's on Hulu. But last thing I just want to say though, this a question, or at least I thought I had in mind. I wonder how this would have played out if it was on Adult Swim. Well, it probably wouldn't have played out the way it did on Fox, because yeah, Fox would have this as a TV PG. It probably would have been TVME, but I don't think they would have been able to go as far as this show did. Because yes, not just with the language, but yeah, there's some content in this show, but for sure. But yeah, I don't think it would have played out well enough with Fox. But I kind of wonder if this would have worked being alongside Rick and Morty on Adult Swim. What do you think?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it just as violent in many ways, just as brutal. They actually, in some ways, I find this was more adult and more edgy in some ways. Like it have this one kind of running subplot with these two, the teacher and the principal. Like what the hell, dude?
I was like, wait, this is what we go with this?
Yeah.
But we had a laughing too, but I was shocked at the balls they had to make that. To put that out.
Yeah,
that's all
that went.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess ultimately it does make sense to put these shows on different platforms. But I don't know. I because of like Fox and what we got with like American Dad and Family Guy, I think they would have worked best in tandem. But it is what it is. But I do hope that people do check it out, because it is great. It's not perfect, mind you. Let's just want to get out of the way. It's not perfect 10 out of 10, but it is solid. It is a solid start to what I expect will be a great series. And yeah, can't wait to see what we get here with the subsequent seasons, if we do get them, of course.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that.